Hello, Spencer here with another figure review. Sorry it's been a while since I've actually got some reviews out, but I've been busy. My sister's been asking a lot from me lately. She's had some problems with her family and needed some tech help with her computer, so I've been doing my best to help her with that and other things. And I've had my friend come stay with me again, so we've been spending some cool time together, just hanging out, chilling out, relaxing, maxing, goofing, chewing some meatball up and some hooping. But I have the entire wave of Guardians of the Galaxy to show you, and due to some movie magic, this is the last one I'm recording, but it'll be the first one you guys will see. So let's pretend I didn't say that. The reason it's the last one to be recorded is because I literally only just got him complete. If you watch my unboxing video, you'll see that I've only just finally got the last few parts of him, which has been very frustrating. So anyway, on to the review. Today we have got playing on your YouTube, Marvel Legends Infinite Series, Guardians of the Galaxy, Groot Wave, Starlord, Starlord, man, seriously, man. To complete this wave has taken for freaking ever, and I don't know why it's been so hard to do. I've had practically a complete Groot up until I got Rocket. He was the last one I was waiting for, and it took me forever to track one down that wasn't either a knockoff or a ridiculously priced one. But I got him, and boom, baby, here we go. So, what do we think of the character? I thought Chris Pratt's incarnation of the character was, per se, a bit more cheeky and cocky compared to the actual comic book character that I know of. I'm not very versed in the comic books, so I don't know exactly much about how Starlord appears in the comics, but in the TV series like Ultimate Spider-Man and the next Avengers Assemble and Earth's Mightiest Heroes, he's a very kind of straight shooting, serious tone character, whereas Chris Pratt's character is very cocky, cheeky and funny. Personally, I like what they did with him. I think he portrayed the character well. I say portrayed the character well is probably maybe not accurate, because I think he took the character in a different direction, but I like what he did. What do we think of this figure? I think I've said it before, this now is my new favourite body mould to go to instead of like the Red Skull or the Punisher, which I don't seem to have beside me. That body mould has been done to death, and it's not a good body mould, to be honest. I think with a little bit of tweaking, this one could definitely take over it. This figure is an absolute amazing figure, and if they simply just made the sleeves like a bit more earthy, say that, they could even keep the same coat that comes with the Punisher, different boots, and boom, you're pretty much done. You've got a brilliant body mould. But let's see what Hasbro do. I'm doubtful. Now, Starlord comes with a total, I've been kind of figuring this one out actually, I got it wrong when I first tried this. He comes with a total of 1, 2, and then you've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the group piece, 8 accessories. I am not going to be going over any detail in this, as I will be doing it in the review. But let's have a closer look at these accessories and the figure. Okay, having a closer look at that head mold, I think it's absolutely superb. Just looking at it, I know it's hard to see with black contrast, but it really does look amazing. And I think they've captured the comic essence in this mask. I think they've done an amazing job on it, and I really do like it. This is how I'm having my Starlord posed. As much as I do like the Chris Pratt head, I really do like this head, and that's what I'm going to be having him posed as. The Chris Pratt head, on the other hand, something to bring them both in, is one thing to comment about is you'll notice that the fringe and basically the top of the hair is identical. So it really does look like that they've actually just put this mask around this figure. Like, you see there's two little cliffs there? That's them there. And go around the other side. And you see this little tick here? That's this bit here. So it's amazing that they've done that. Very, very impressed with that. And I'm really happy that they did. Now, what do we think of this Chris Pratt head? Do we think this looks like Chris Pratt? Or Peter Quill head, should we say? I think the beard paintwork is a bit sloppy, to be honest. Well, it's actually the opposite. It's actually a bit neat, which is what I don't like. I mean, if you look just here, it's gone a bit blurry, but you can clearly see how it's like literally just a block painted over top of the actual natural hair colour. It doesn't match and it doesn't look right. It does have a bit of a rough texture, but it's really not much there. I think it definitely needs a repaint. The skin tone I do actually really like, and I think the eyes are pretty good as well, actually. Maybe a bit of a mess on this one, but I think overall they're okay. They're well painted and got some nice detail. Next up, his bag. It's hollow and it is quite a hard plastic, but the straps do give you some pliability, or a satchel if you want to call it, thinking about it. It's pretty nice, got some nice detail. I'd like a bit more paint absent personally. The only real paint you've got is this buckle here. Short of that, it's just a simple, like a dark brown. It clasps under here, and I think that's really well hidden, and I'll show you this on him in a bit. Then his elemental blasters. These are really nice. They're just a silver plastic with a little bit of like bronzy gold there and there. That's it. They're both identical with the exception of, you see, this one has number 4. This one has number 2. That's the only difference. Apart from that, they're identical. But they're really nice. I do like their design on these. Very, very, very cool. The Walkman. For such a tiny thing, look how small this is. It's like, that's my thumbnail, and it's like half the size of my thumbnail long. That's crazy. Got some real nice detail in it. It's just a simple yellow. I don't know if it's a yellow. It looks like it's not. It looks like it's actually painted yellow, which I think is weird because it's not yellow in the movie at all. I think it's blue or something. I don't know. I need to have a closer look and see. But it's nice, nice addition. It holds it quite fine. And then the headphones. These are cool with the one exception. They don't fit on his head perfectly, but they're very cool. I think they should have made them a tad longer, like literally like that much longer. But I'll show you that in a second. But they're really nice. I think it would have been nice if they actually had some string going from there to there, and I might do that, put some string going from there to there. We shall see. And then his last accessory is the orb. This thing is very, very cool. It's just a little sphere, but it's got like this kind of meshy, kind of organic look to it. It's very, very cool. And I thought I'd show this because I don't think I've seen this in anyone else's review. Here it is next to the Tesseract. Because these are, spoiler alert, both Infinity Gems. You know, I thought I'd show you both of them. Whoops, I have to drop that one. So they're both in great size and scale together. I just wish we had the one from 4 Dark World. 4-2, whatever you want to call it. Right, so let's have a look at the character. Okay, so taking a close look at the actual character, what do we think of this likeness? Do we think this looks like Chris Pratt? Well, here's a picture of him. You tell me what you think. I think it looks okay. Personally, I don't think it looks perfect, but I think it's passable. As for the rest of the details, I really love this jacket. They've given us great kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, like a dirty wash going throughout, and it's got this lovely detail throughout the whole thing. It's very cool with this like shoulder pad and wrist gauntlet. Don't know why he has this. He doesn't really use it. It doesn't do anything in the movie, but I guess that's his style. His gloves are pretty cool as well. They've got some nice detail on them, like some padding, some like knuckle bits. So they're really hard to see, those knuckle bits, but there's there. They are there. His t-shirt I think is quite funny. Is it's smooth here and smooth here, but wrinkled in the middle. Just so you can see that. I think it's quite funny. And his belt's really well done. His trousers have some nice detail in them as well. Great sculpt, some interesting design to them. And then his boots. And his little jump packs, or whatever you want to call them. Booster rockets. Very, very cool. Something to note is I've got 2 of these now, and on both of these, the same leg would not bend on this joint here. I had to heat this up, pop the pin out, remove it, trim a little away, and then put it back on. And the reason I had to trim away is because I put it back in because I thought it was just stuck, and it still wouldn't move. It was actually the peg was too long, which I think was a bit weird. And every time I tried to force it, it just kind of bent the plastic, and I was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. So I thought that was a bit weird. But we'll go over the articulation as going a bit. All in all, I really do love how this guy looks. Phenomenal. The cool thing about his jacket is he has kind of like these little tassel things down the bottom here, which are very unique. They look like they should be individually sculpted, like they shouldn't be one piece. I'm not too sure. It's interesting that they've based a toy on the trench coat, yet he only really wears it at the start of the movie and that's it. I don't think you ever see it again. Anyway, it's a cool look. Okay, so to get him to hold his accessories, first of all, head on a simple ball peg, so it just pops off. New one goes on, really easy, just like that. His blasters, there's a trigger, and they just clip in there, and the finger goes in the trigger. Really easy, both exact same, they fit perfectly. Probably a slight problem is this isn't the toughest plastic, so you can kind of, let's say, ply it a bit, and I don't like that. So that's probably one gripe I've got about this figure. While on the hand, his little Walkman holds it fine. Both hands are the same, so if they hold it one, you can hold the other. And the orb, you can't really get in his thumb, so you're going to have to kind of get him to cup it. Unless you stretch his thumb out, and I'm not really a fan of doing this, but it's hard to get him to hold it. See, there. But I don't like that because I'm stretching his hand out, so I'm not a fan of that. See, look. Yeah. Can't really hold the orb. That's a shame. Now the headphones, let's put his other head back on. You see a slight problem? Gap. Gap. They don't really fit perfectly. In fact, it's almost as if they've designed these headphones but not designed, they've not had the head to work around. If they literally made that tiny bit longer, they could have got past his hair and it would have worked fine. Slight problem with that, so that's a shame, but other than that, it's very cool. I suppose one other gripe I have is he doesn't have any storage for his guns. They go there. Like when he's got his coat, you can kind of force the coat to hold it there, but without the coat, then they're not. And I say without the coat because I'll say that in a minute. I've seen a custom where someone's made some hooks so they go under his arm there, which I think is a bit of a weird choice. Looks weird. Have like literally his hooks coming out here so they can clip in and then they can just go there. Very weird. As for his bag, undo the clasp, feed the left arm through, go over the head. You might find it easier to actually remove the head. And just peg it on. And that's how that sits. Looks fine. It's hollow, so you could probably like clip his accessories under there and they'd probably stay, see? If you wanted to, just example. But it looks fine on him. Fits fine and it's easy to apply. One other accessory which doesn't come with him is the rocket, which comes with Rocket Raccoon. I figured I'd show you this, how it fits. Now you can get him to hold it over his jacket, but it's a bit uncomfortable because of these collars. They kind of get in the way, and ideally you see there's a gap there, you want it to be higher. So the best way to get it fit is actually wedge it under his jacket, but it's a bit stiff and not the easiest to get in there. And you are going to stretch your jacket out a bit, so be wary of that, and you don't obviously want it to have it in there for long, because else you're going to have his jacket have his weird flared look. But then just get his arms to go forward, and you can get him to hold this. There you go. The one thing is it makes him very front heavy, so you do have to kind of lean him back a bit. But there we have Starlord using Rocket's rocket. That's very cool. It's very, very cool. And like I said, you can see it's already put a bit of a stretch on that. You can kind of get it to go over, but it doesn't hold it as well. There's no real kind of way I can tell you the best way to get him to hold it. It's kind of just work with it. I find maybe getting to get one hand on it helps. Right, see, there's it over top, which is okay, I guess. It's not too bad, but I think it's definitely supposed to fit his chest under the coat. But again, back heavy, so you have to lean him slightly to get him to stand up without a stand. Speaking of which, he does have 2 peg holes, so you could fit a Hasbro stand in there, or the Avenger stand, or the hexagonal stands, whatever you want to call them. Right, so that is it for accessories. Okay, size comparisons. Starlord stands. Just under 6 1/4 inches tall. Standing next to Gamora, Drax, Rocket, Groot, Cosmic Iron Man, Nova, and usual suspects, a bucket cap, Spider-Girl, Hyperion. So, for articulation, the head is, as you saw, on a ball peg, but you also have a hinge. So on the ball, you get like that, to like that, and a little bit left and right, not really much. You can rotate around 360 degrees if you work with the collar, and you can go back that much, forward that much. The collar will hinder the back of the head, so bear that in mind. Shoulders and borders, they can go around 360 degrees. This is a softer rubber, so it does not hinder it. They can go out that far, both exactly the same. Now, one thing to note is, you see here, there's like a little lip. When you go back in, that does like to catch, see? So you have to kind of work with it to get it to go all the way down. Generally, if you rotate forward and bring it back, it works. He has a bicep rotation, 360 degrees. It's a straight cut just here. Same in this one, just under the pad. A double bend in the elbow. A wrist rotation, 360 degrees. And a wrist pivot from there to there. Same on the other side. He has an ab crunch, but it's kind of hard to use because of his coat. Now, his coat is a softer plastic, so you can get it out of the way. But he can go forward that much and back. Well, he can go back really far, like that much. But like I said, due to this, you kind of can't really get it back, and when you go forward, it looks weird. He has a waist cut below the belt, which I think is interesting. Normally they do it above the belt, but you can see, you can rotate there, and it's, you can hear that. That's it, ratchet click in, only at the front. Nothing, oh, and at the back. But you can rotate around 360 degrees. Teeth gut hips. He has a Spartan of that. Then a split of only that, and that's not the coat hindering it, that's actually as far as they go. Now, this one, unfortunately, you see has a bit of a gap there, which is a bit unfortunate, but it doesn't affect the articulation, as he does have upper thigh rotation of 360 degrees. A double bend in the knee. Can I go further than that? No, that's it. Of that. And then an ankle point from there to there, with a pivot from, well, basically there. And then when you go this way, you have to be aware of his booster rocket things. You can only really go that far. But that's his articulation. All in all, you can get some great poses out of this guy. I know normally after I do the articulation, I show you guys a pose, but I'm doing a slight difference here because I want to show you a kind of a custom at the same time. As I said, I've got 2 of these. This one, very simply, I've cut this off, and that is it. I've seen this custom done quite a few times. It's a very simple custom to do, and it gives you kind of like his look throughout the movie, apart from the first like scene with him in. So it's quite easy to do. I don't really understand why. I don't know if he has 2 coats or his coat grows or whatever, you know, alien tech and all that. God knows why you need a coat that grows. Moving on. But like I said, it's very simple to do. And it's actually, in my opinion, a nice look. It does really help the articulation. And you can get a lot more from it. Especially that joint. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that quickly. From the back. Missed a bit there. Not a neat one, like I said, it was just a quick one. I literally just followed this line going around. It's nice and easy to do. And initially I did not like this, but now that I've got this, I might put some pegs in here so then I can actually clip his blasters to there. Haven't decided. I've been kind of brainstorming, but I've got a few other things going at the moment, so we shall see. If I do something, you know the routine, guys, I will show you. But yeah, just want to throw that in there quickly. Okay guys, final thoughts. Would I recommend this figure? Yeah, great figure. I think him and him and Drax are probably the strongest in the line, and I would so recommend them without even hesitating. Really a great figure. So much going for it, so many things good with it, so definitely worth picking up. Anyway guys, that is my review. Stay tuned for the rest of the wave as they have all been done and are waiting to be finished. Let's just say that, yeah. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please drop me a like down below. Please add a comment you'd like to add about this video, character, or I'd love to tell me your opinions on it. If you'd like to contact me, please contact me via my Facebook. There is a link in the description down below. And as per usual guys, thanks a lot for watching. Keep collecting, please subscribe, and I'll catch you on my next one. Bye bye.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. Lips as sweet as candy, its taste is on my mind. Girl, you got me thirsty for another cup of wine. Got a bug from you, girl, but I don't need no cure. I just stay a victim if I can for sure. All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on. I'm hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on.